Hi, and welcome to Science Time with Miss Victoria. Now, this program, as always, is going to be recommended for ages 6 and up, but of course, it also depends on the science or STEM experiment or activity that we are going to be doing today. Now, let's go ahead and always begin with a couple of things first. Now, you have to, as always, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds before you do anything, whether it's gather supplies or anything when it comes to science experiments. So, if you want, go ahead, unless you memorized it, go to our YouTube channel and go to where I do the Ryan Forever Jaka while I wash my hands. Get on there, get some soap, turn on the water, and hit play, because what we're going to do is going to go along with it. You're going to do top and bottom, in between, rub it all together. Now, of course, remember you have to do that slow and then repeat it again fast. Once you're finished, rinse your hands, shake off the excess water, and then make sure they're completely dry. That should be about 20-25 seconds, so it's perfect. Next thing is, of course, is to gather supplies. Now, we don't know what we're doing yet. You kind of see a couple things on this table. Wondering what does she have on there? You're going to find out in a second, so hold on. Last thing is, of course, to have adult supervision, just in case. It's always great to have an adult there to help you gather the supplies. Of course, prep. That's one of the things we're gathering when you're prepping. You're going to gather supplies, set it up. Once all that prep work is done, it's always great if they can just stick around so it can help you, because there may be some steps in the process that you're going to need an adult. And plus, it's just fun to have more than one person doing science. Okay? So, let's find out what we're doing and, of course, what supplies we're going to be needing. All right? So let's go right into it. We are going to be gathering supplies for, wait for it, Water Bead Calm Bottle. All right. Now, it's very simple, and these things you're going to find out. One of them you may not find is actually on the list, and I'll get to it. I'll show you. But first thing you're going to need is a water bottle. Now, use a couple one. You're going to need it empty, so I would just empty the water into a different container, because you are going to be needing to use the water, okay? So once you have one, like you have this type of bottle, this one, doesn't matter, just as long as it's a water bottle. The next step you do need is water, so that's why I said set it aside. And next you're going to need, we'll have water beads, or I don't have it there, but it's also called Orbeez. And what they are, and I did an example, they are just these water beads you can find at the craft store. They're just little balls that you put water and they absorb it, and you can use them for plants and several things. So when you go to the Walmart, you can find it in the craft area. It might be near where the glitter and all the sequins and stuff, the craft supplies are. So they could be there, or they can also be in the kids area, toys where they have the water. But I will check the craft first. You're going to also need hair gel, so you might want to go to your bathroom or somewhere. If you have the hair gel there, grab it, because you are going to need some. A funnel. Now, I don't have it here because I'm not using it, but optional is a glue gun. And this is what all the calming bottles that I've done before, the glue gun is optional just to seal the bottle, okay? So let's go ahead and get right into our steps. All right, now, first thing you're going to need to do is to make the water beads. Now, you might want to do this like I have here the night before, or at least an hour, by following the directions on the water beads or the Orbeez package. The reason is, initially, when it comes to these Orbeez, these water beads, they're very tiny. They almost look like styrofoam, really small beads. What you need to do, just like I have here, I have a container right here. And all you do is you put the amount. Now remember, you don't have to put a whole bunch of beads in there. I just have mine stocked up for science experiments. You just put a little bit in a container, pour some water, just follow the directions, and then you leave it there. Now you can do an hour, you can do the night before. And the reason I say that it'll tell you 2-3 hours, it all depends on the size of the bead that you want. If you keep it long enough, you're gonna get like a big one that's 3 or 4 times the size of the bead. You can have a smaller one because you can just wait it an hour, so it's still only going to be maybe 2 times bigger. So the size of the water bead depends on how long you have them in the water absorbing that water. So that's why the first thing is, so parents, first thing you do is have the child pour the beads in a container, pour some water, and then just leave it. If you want, you can leave it the night before, so that way the next day they don't have to wait that hour. They can just get straight to the next steps. All right, which is what we're gonna do right now. All right. Now, next thing you do is you're gonna start by adding about, I say 3/4. So I'm gonna use the styrofoam cup. So about 3/4 of it, I'm gonna have water, and then I'm gonna do about 1/4 of it with hair gel. Now, the reason we're doing the hair gel, we're gonna mix it next to this completely. But the point of the hair gel is, on these calming bottles, it's how fast the item or object that you have in the bottle falls. The hair gel helps slow it down. Kind of like your shampoo, if you did it with a shampoo, which I've done before. This is a different way. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the water. And I'm just going to do about 3/4. And then we're going to do the hair gel. Now, it doesn't matter what color. I mean, it could be clear, it could be yellow, just as long as you have hair gel, pretty much. Now, if you want, you get the gel first because it's going to be hard to tell, but the water will go up higher. And just like hair gel. It's always good when you have a new bottle of hair gel. Get that all in there. This might take a while. Of course, if you have a brand new bottle, it'll go quick. But, you know, Miss Victoria has used hers for some time. Besides on my own hair. I've actually used it for several science experiments. Hair gel is a great thing, especially when you're doing sensory kind of experiments as well. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more. Let me see if I can get a little bit more out of this other one. That's why it's always good to have a backup one. There we go. It's always good to have that backup hair gel. Okay, that should be good. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna stir it, and you want the hair gel to mix completely with the water. So just stir as best as you can. This is the fun part. Child can have fun just stirring this, going one way, stir it the other direction. I would hope they don't decide to shake it because that's not good. That's when you're going to need what Miss Victoria has all the time when it comes to water experiments, paper towels. So I'm going to stir it for a little bit. Should be okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to stir it one more time the opposite direction. Okay, this is why I need the paper towel, just so I can put my straw there. Now, what we're going to do is go ahead and use a funnel. We're going to pour the mixture into our water bottle. So I'm going to use this one. So I put my funnel on top, and we're going to pour our mixture that we just did into the bottle. Okay, that looks perfect. I'll put this on my paper towel so I don't spill everywhere. Now we're going to add the water beads one at a time. So I'm going to get some of my water beads. Get like a handful because these are very slippery. So we're going to go ahead and add them one at a time. And you get as many as you want. Just want to do it one at a time. They are slippery. We'll do a couple more. People have the feel. I love the feel. They're just so slippery. I don't know why I like the feel. They're so slippery. It's just something I like. To each their own, right? So now you're going to close the lid. Now here's the option when you're going to use the glue gun. And what you would do is use the glue gun to seal here. Now because of the way this one is, you might want to seal inside before you twist it. And then you can seal around as well if you like. But once you have it, now all you're going to do is observe the magic as the water beads float. It's nice and calm and relaxing, just watching the beads fall. So an example, I'm going to go ahead and be brave. And I'm going to flip mine. And you can see it's falling very slowly. You can see it just floating around, which is so cool. I can't wait till you see the close-up shot of this. It just falls slowly. And you can go ahead and turn it the other way, and it's going to continue going down. Now, if you want, you can also make sure and be like, well, you know what? There wasn't enough water because of the bottle when I did it, so I can add a little bit more water. Now, you might see some gel still in there because it had different color gels on mine, and you can see it's going to come slowly. The hair gel is what's making it, the water beads go slowly float down. Alright, so I'm going to leave that floating. I'm going to close my Orbeez container I have over here because I do not want those falling all over the place. They're almost worse than styrofoam. Alright, I hope this helped you relax and there's something fun you can do. You can keep in your room whenever you want. Just turn it over and watch it fall down. If you want to take a time to relax. And this is great for parents to join in because I'm more sure an adult would love one of these two to have on their desk too. Take it to work and you can just flip it over and it makes them relax as well. Now, let's go ahead and provide you with some library resources like I always like to give y'all. So here they are. Okay, now the ones I like here, these are books you can find on our website. You go to cctexas.com/library. Click on our library catalog. That'll send you to our COA. And you can search. In the big search bar, just type science experiments. You can just type STEM. I like to go into the advanced search because I can say science experiments. I can say edible science. I can say chemical science. I can say STEM engineering. And I can say specifically the children's nonfiction. This way I narrow that down. So here are ones you can look specifically for. These are the STEM Lab for Kids, STEM Play and Learn. Both great ones if you want to do like do-it-yourself kind of science experiments ones. It's not so much exploding and stuff like that. These are my combined. These like your catapult, kind of like more engineering. You can do-it-yourself ones. Love those. You also have 365 weird, wonderful science experiments. That is awesome to have because you can do one experiment every day and it'll last the year. So that's a possible good one. You might check that one out several times. But of course, remember you can put it on hold, pick it up curbside at any of the branches, check their curbside hours, of course. And of course, the operating hours, because you can actually come into the libraries now, find the book off the shelf. If you need help, ask staff. They can help you out. And of course, check it out right then and there. If you don't have it as another branch, they can put it on hold and have it transferred to that branch. You can pick it up. Now, if you prefer our online digital resources, which are great because you can get it off your smart device or your iPad, any laptop, any of those devices, electronical, you can use Access 360 and Hoopla. Great ones. Now remember, Hoopla does only get 5 and it does count down. Access 360, you get 10, and that is reoccurring. So it's like if you check out 7, you can return 7 and you still have 10. You can still check out all 10, return 10, you still have it. Hooplas, once every month, you only get 5. But they have great options. This one has a Maker Lab by Smithsonian. Both of them are DK, of course. It's a company. The Hoopla one is, of course, science. You get a couple find out facts, amazing the pictures, quizzes that can go along. So these are great if you want to use those. That might be a little easier than having a book because you can just swipe and you can actually zoom in maybe if you need to on the experiment. And of course, on some of these, they might have video, so that's even better. Now, as always, remember to check out our Facebook and YouTube channel, Corpus Christi Public Libraries. If you haven't already, please like our Facebook page and, of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. There you will see all the videos that the branches are doing to provide for y'all, so you can check them out. You can also go to cctexas.com/library, click on virtual programs, and they'll break it down as well. Click on those links on the specific program, and it'll send you to our YouTube channel. If you don't see one on there, of course, it's going to be on our YouTube channel, so you'll be able to find those. If you need help finding science, STEM activities, anything dealing with science, which is wonderful, you can use our website, cctexas.com/library. Use those resources, new book alert, author check, and of course, book newsletter. And as always, do not forget those 2 wonderful online resources, Access 360 and Hoopla. Now, as always, I will see you next time. Bye.